Recorded live with little or no editing. It's not defense up. It's a top 10 video. In fact, it's my first top 10 video. It's top 10 reasons why you don't need to build the Young Avengers. In fact, if you have a Chavez in your roster, this is the video for you because you can make a lot of great stuff. So we're going to get started with team number 10 is the Fantastic Four with America Chavez. Now, this one isn't very exciting. All you're doing is throwing America Chavez in place of, say, She-Hulk or something, and you're speeding this up. You're making Johnny and Sue Storm go a little bit faster because one thing is you can get in front of Sue Storm and stop this team. So this one really helps to improve a team that you may already have in your roster, and so you won't have to build Echo or Kate Bishop, and you can just throw in America Chavez on this and make it a little better. Not a very exciting team. That's why it's number 10. At number 9, we've got the One Avengers. Same thing. You're just speeding up a team that you may not have whole. Like if you're running Skilletary and you don't have Black Widow, then you can throw America Chavez in here in her place. She's going to get the taunts up faster and make this team a little bit tougher than it used to be. Let me get some music going here. That's better. All right, and then after this, we have team. I lost my mouse. Here we go. All right, we have team. Team. See, I'm so used to those defense up videos. Okay, this is number 7. This is number 7. I don't know, number 7. Anyway, okay, so I like this team. It's a little bit better. There's 2 different ways you can do it. I have it going where Phoenix is going to be pulling them under stealth a little bit sooner, and the charges will be immediately going to Storm, so when Storm does her ult, she does a lot of damage. Now remember, she's going to do her ult first, not her special. Another way you could do this is by swapping places with Magic and Storm, and what's going to happen is Storm is going to ult right off the bat, not do a whole lot of damage, but then Magic will give her the charges, and Storm will go into her special a little bit sooner, and you might be able to get those huge stuns all over the field. So 2 ways you could run the Uncanny team sped up like this. We are replacing Colossus on this and keeping Cyclops on the field. Not sure if that's the best move. You may want to trade Cyclops for Colossus instead or some other configuration, but that's the idea. It's really the Storm Magic combo and how you want that to play out. All right, next up is, this is for the OG players who remember the old hide the toaster, right? You have Ultron who brings out the bots, and then Hand Sentry immediately brings them under stealth, giving them some cover. You could replace Vulture with Drax in here, but because the team sped up so much faster, I didn't think we really needed the Drax, so I threw in Vulture to slow them down. You could also use a trash tune like Quake or something. Of course, this doesn't work unless you're OG and happen to have a built-up Hand Sentry. Nobody has a built-up Hand Sentry except for me. But it's something to do. I like this because it doesn't require like anything. You've got Ultron, and that's about it. He's the well, I mean, Minerva's got some value too. They're plug and play characters, but you're not really taking apart a team. You're building an extra team with a bunch of junk from your roster. It's kind of fun. Okay, next up we have. Let's see. This. This is our Eternals team. Now I did throw in Echo on this team. This is one of 3 different variants of the Eternals. This is my least favorite of them, but I threw Echo in here because she has the ability to stop the assists. So it kind of forces you to come into this one with that Doom Eternals 3-piece and hope you nail it just right. The Infinity Watch might still work on this, but they're not going to be getting the assists from Nebula. They're going to be reducing their damage a lot. I've got Drax in on the other side, drawing the openers so they can't just go in and kill Echo to start getting those assists going again. It's probably a really solid defense, but again, it requires you to invest at least a little bit into Echo, and I was trying to avoid that. Okay, next up is the Eternals B team. This one's pretty good. How I have this done is the Eternals are being sped up. Loki is making Cersei go first, so she kind of softens up the opponents. And then Deathpool is going to clean up anything that Icarus doesn't destroy. And yeah, it's kind of a one-off, pretty fast. I think the Infinity Watch is going to destroy this team. I don't know if your Doom variant is going to work on this one. That Doom variant is really kind of tricky because it requires your power levels to be judged just right. Okay, and the Eternals A team, this is my favorite. Now, after I posted this, I kind of realized there might be a better placement than this. The idea here is that you're speeding up Cersei, making her pop off first, rewinding the turn meter and softening the enemies. Then comes in Red Skull with his 30% turn meter for everybody, making Icarus follow up and destroy the whole team. And then Thanos is giving energy to Cersei. Now, what I realized after posting this is that maybe we should take the whole team, shift it over, shift it over and put Icarus on the other side of Thanos so that they're each getting, hopefully, 5 energy, replenishing their ultimates, allowing this team to pop off twice in a row. I didn't realize that their cooldowns, it kind of depends. I mean, this guarantees that Cersei is going to do her ult the second time somebody comes into this, but Icarus won't be doing his ult, so you don't know if it's going to work well or not. So maybe try a placement adjustment, but I think this is the best Eternals version right here, is Chavez speeding up Red Skull and Cersei. Okay. Next up, this is a killer team. I call this the new speed because what you're doing is you're getting Cloak to pop off early, throwing out all those negative effects and blinding everybody really fast, which then gives Dagger plenty of time to do her thing. That's why I put Ghost next to Chavez instead of Dagger. This is going to speed Ghost up and get her to her ultimate faster, prolonging any negative effects that may be on the field. Probably coming out of Dagger is where those negative effects are going to be from. And then, of course, you got Deathpool in there on the other side of Dagger, getting that offense up and just going and annihilating people. I think this is a crazy good team and a different way to build it. We're seeing different versions of the new Warriors with other stuff in defense. I think this is a great way to improve an already fantastic team. And this is team number 9, the Mercs. I'm sorry, this is team number 2. Number 2, I probably should have put little number cards in there. It would have made it easier, but I don't have that kind of production value just yet. So the Mercs are an older defense and they've got lots of counters and, you know, they're not that great, but some of us invested heavily in the Mercs and would like to see them do some really good work. So I took out Shuri and put in Chavez. Now, some of you may have Ultimus in here. You could take him out. I put in Bullseye because he's going to add to the damage output of this team. Now, the idea is Taskmaster is going to go off before anybody can get in front of him. Right. A lot of you mid-game players are probably seeing your Mercs fold to like an X-Force or something because the X-Force team can get in front of Taskmaster and ability block him and do some stuff. So this negates that one completely. X-Force is no longer able to take this team out. Then you've got Merc Lieutenant, and he's going to add speed up to the team that much sooner, making the rest of the team that much faster. I like a cascade of speed going on these teams. This basically is just kind of revitalizing a team that a lot of us have. All right, and my number 1 favorite, most ultimate defense, because it doesn't use the Eternals, and of course it doesn't use any of the Young Avengers other than Chavez, is the Secret Avengers with Kestrel. What's happening here is that Kestrel is ulting super fast, and then leaving that defense down on the field for Sam, who then takes a turn speeding up his team and procking into that defense down, and then Kestrel, of course, clears that person off the board if she didn't on turn 1. Okay, the speed up from Sam gets the rest of the team going, and what we're replacing on defense is, unfortunately, we're replacing Fury. Now, why I say unfortunately is because I see people put Fury on defense with this team so often, and it's a big mistake. He's no good. He summons on turn 1. He doesn't speed up his team on turn 1. That's turn 2. And it's a chink in the armor for some of the speed meta teams like the Axemen to come in there and really annihilate. Now, you try to go into this with the Axemen, they are going to lose because she's going to ult into Bishop. And if it doesn't kill Bishop, the defense down is going to get procced by Sam and the team's going to get sped up faster than the Axemen can get a kill. There's no summons on the field from Fury for them to get into. So it totally eliminates that counter. Not to mention, it's just a scary defense with tons of speed, and I really like it. Now, this would not be a top 10 list without an honorable mention, right? That's how they work on YouTube. So I put together this team, which looks like a lot of fun. Okay, we got Sam going off with his increasing the turn meter for the rest of the team, and then Red Skull going off, increasing, like, what is it, 30% turn meter for all allies. You've got Merc Lieutenant adding speed up to the team, and then Falcon, who on his turn 2, which somewhere in there is probably already taking it because he's been sped up so fast, he's going to be adding speed to the team again. Now, remember, in all of these, Chavez isn't really doing anything but just getting them going faster. And on this team, there isn't really any damage dealers other than Cap Sam. But I really like this team because it's so incredibly fast. Sam's putting up a taunt before the other team. Like, he's getting to turn 2 before the other team even goes. There's just so much incredible speed in this. I think it's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, you're breaking up a lot of stuff with this, so it's a pretty useless team. But I thought it was kind of fun to add this in. Anyways, that's my top 10 list. My top 10 reasons why you shouldn't be building the Young Avengers. You could save your resources on Kate Bishop and Echo, and instead just put that T4 into America Chavez and start making some really interesting stuff. I hope this helped you guys. I hope you like it. If it did, hit that like button. If it didn't, let me know why in the comments. I might go back to reading those here pretty soon. I think I've got my confidence built back up after the last month. All right. Remember, don't just have a good game. Be good to yourselves and others too, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.